Looking back on my drumming journey, there was one pattern I learned that changed everything. It literally took me from playing boring singles around the kit to playing complex and tasty ideas that you'd hear from the pros. In this video, I'm going to show you this pattern and we're going to move it through 4 different stages. Stage 1 and 2 will set the foundations. Stage 3 and 4 are where we're going to get into pro territory. Let's look at the one drum chop that will change everything. By the way, you can get the full PDF for free for this lesson by just following the download link in the description. Okay, so the basic pattern is just the 6-stroke roll rudiment, and that looks like this on the snare drum. We want to make that pop though, so to make it sound a bit more interesting, we're going to add accents on the outside of the pattern and then ghost notes in the middle. Okay, that alone sounds really cool, so let's just try play that exact pattern around the drums to create a few drum fills. So that was stage 1, which was basic drum fills using this pattern. Let's move on to stage 2, basic grooves using this pattern. So we're going to take that pattern, put it on the hi-hat, snare and bass drum and see what we can make. Alright, there's a foundation, stage 1 and 2. Don't move on until you have that locked down, but now we're going to move on to stage 3, and this is what will change your drumming when you start nailing these kinds of ideas that we're going to look at now. So basically, most people are used to playing patterns in groups of 3, 4, or 6. The 6-stroke roll is a group of 6 pattern, which is what we've been playing up until this point. What we're going to try now is a group of 9, and we're going to use the 6-stroke roll as the beginning, but then we're going to add on 3 notes. Up until this point, we've been playing 8th note triplets, but to give us more room to play cool things, we're going to turn those into 16th note triplets. So here's the 9 note pattern in 16th note triplets. That sounds pretty cool, but there's a problem. Because it is a 9-note pattern, you can't just loop it and then land on the 1 like you can with a 6-stroke roll. So what's going to happen is you have to tastefully place it in a bar and then play a few more notes so that you land comfortably on the 1. And here are a few drum fills using that whole idea. Another thing you could do is play the 6-stroke roll for the first 6 notes, and then you're playing that right, left, left for the next 3. But to make it a 12-note pattern, you can just add another right, left, left. Okay, let's move on to a few grooves between the snare drum, hi-hat, and bass drum. I will use both the 9-note pattern and the 12-note pattern where we repeated right, left, left, right, left, left. We are already playing some sick sounding things on the drums that sound more advanced level, but we can get even further with this. What's happened up until this point is you're just using your hands, but what happens when you add your foot, you start to make your patterns and your drum fills or grooves sound a bit beefier. They get a bit more depth to them when you add bass drum notes within there. So the next thing we're going to add to this pattern is kick right left. It sounds incredible when you use kick right left with a 6-stroke roll. So here are a few drum fills using that idea. The next step is just to take what we've learned so far. So the 6-stroke roll, playing it as fills, playing it as grooves, adding the 9-note pattern with right, left, left after it, or doubling up that right, left, left, right, left, left, or using kick, right, left, all within 6-stroke rolls around the kit. And now you're just going to take those ideas and just improvise. This can literally take you from intermediate drummer to advanced drummer when you really work at it. While we looked at one pattern here, imagine you now need to play a drum solo in front of a crowd. How can you take this pattern and apply it, and what ideas can you put out on the kit to make a crowd really enjoy your drum solo? Check this video out where I give you 4 key concepts that make a really good drum solo.